please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
To those guests who've just joined us, welcome. Our next stop is the Magic Kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching our station at the entrance to Main Street, USA, gateway to the 7 scene lands of the Magic Kingdom.
Welcome aboard the Monday Morning Monorail podcast. This is Justin Monorail, and I am here with 2 Monorail co-pilots, the best ones in the biz. And let's introduce them individually. Coming to you from the Rocky Top Nation and God's country, it's Landon the Dawsdone. Landon, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, everybody. Coming from the Isolation Station Club, it's me, it's the DOZ, Landon the Dawsdone, and it's a Monday morning. You know what that means. And also, if we could speed this up, got a baseball game I want to watch. Also, I need to watch Godzilla -1 for the 9th time this weekend, now available on Netflix. That movie's amazing.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I don't know why they don't have both the color and black and white option available. Why not?
Godzilla -1 minus color is coming later this summer on Netflix also.
Okay.
Patience, my Padawan.
Okay, so it will be there. But yeah, very, very good. Yes, and of course, the Tennessee Baseball Vols are hosting a regional contest in Knoxville, and they are in the winner's bracket. They're in the championship game. They just got to win one. They got 2 to win 1, so hopefully they get that done today and move
hopefully
on.
By the time you, the lovely listener, are listening to this, Tennessee has locked up the regional, and they're getting ready to host a super regional next weekend.
Maybe against Evansville, which would be crazy.
That would be great.
Yeah. And
like everybody predicted.
You know, if we're going to talk college baseball, let's bring in our college baseball expert. It is, of course, Stephers. Stephers, how do you feel about the men's NCAA college baseball tournament?
The what? Do they score touchdowns?
Well, they score a lot of points. Sometimes it does look like a football score at the end of the day.
It's actually really funny. I used to play baseball growing up, so like I actually am more educated with baseball. However, I do not keep up with any sort of baseball playing game.
Okay. Well, Stephers, this is an exciting reveal. I did not know that you were a former baseball player. What was your position?
Not softball.
Yeah.
Don't
No.
twisted.
I'm not. What was your position?
First base.
Really? Stephers a first baseman. That's amazing.
I switched between first and third, but low-key better at first.
Okay.
Now that I'm like mostly blind, I don't know if I would have, because I had good reaction time.
Yeah, probably probably not the best to be a first baseman if you can't see the balls coming at you.
I would say outfield probably even worse, because then I have to look up and be like, is it there? And then it gets whacked.
Listen, as someone who was always stuck in the outfield because I was terrible at baseball, I've taken plenty of fly balls to the face, and it's just... There's nothing more embarrassing than getting a black eye and not getting the out and people booing you, your own team. It's pretty terrible.
That's tragic.
There was a reason my parents told me, maybe don't play baseball anymore. Maybe something else is more your speed.
Yep, I did swimming and baseball, so sign me up. And then when I got older, I did volleyball. I made the switch to volleyball.
We're all a bunch of athletes on this podcast. It's amazing.
We really are.
Yes,
now.
we totally are.
You may not know it by looking at us, but we were. We had our glory days.
I was a
Speaking of glory days. Speaking of glory days, if you would like me and Justin to live our prime glory days, make sure you share and sub to our YouTube.
That's right.
Morning Monorail, so that we can do Run Disney. Disneyland just announced all their themes, or whatever the thing is called. Themes, right?
The themes for the races, yeah.
And the 5K was Groot looking.
It's Groot looking.
And I love me some Groot. So, just saying.
Can I am Groot also mean I am not a runner? I mean, it means everything,
we're
right?
walking it. Like, I can probably keep up with your pace because you're taller than me, you know? So, like, it'll be a fast walk and, like, a nice little speed walk for you.
Yeah.
Together.
Well, of course, that happens if and only if we get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube before the end of the year. I'll accept by April 1st, since that is the official Living with the Landon date. But if we can do it by the end of the year, even better, because then we can actually plan what race we're going to do in 25, which would be fantastic.
It'll probably be a Disney World one, though.
Most likely.
Because it'll be cheaper for both of us.
Cheaper, easier to get to. Yeah. I mean, it's taken a lot of arm twisting for me to even want to do a Run Disney race, which I don't, but I will do it for you, the people.
We will do it for the cause. It's for the cause.
For the cause. That's right. And it's a good cause.
And they have willing to do the race, and I have willingly signed up to stand on the sideline and hold a sign that says something positive while they run.
Yeah.
I will stand.
Landon stands with us.
It's a family park, so unfortunately it has to be family friendly.
Well, I am out.
Oh, man. Well, we've got a long runway, as I've been saying, but, man, time is going to go quick. So here we are. We're officially in June. By the way, this is episode number 204 of the Monday Morning Monorail podcast. It is June the 3rd, and this year is barreling forward at breakneck pace. So before you know it, the end of the year will be here, and we've got to start piling up those subscribers on YouTube. Keep your eyes out, because I've got to post my Smell-a-Fence on Parade video. That'll be coming up. I know I said I was going to do it last week. I didn't do it. It'll be up there this week. I do stand by that. I'll get it up there for this week. Also, subscribe to us on like Instagram, Twitter. We're at Morning Monorail. Stephers is killing it on the socials, and she has posted a short video series that was starring me, yours truly, trying to help you all find your way to Rafiki's Planet Watch in the Animal Kingdom. There's
also going to be a video probably posted when you're listening to this. You take us around the conservation station.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I have some of that ready to roll.
Yeah, it was surprisingly like there wasn't a lot of activity in the petting zoo that day, and it was roped off. Like I couldn't even go in there and pet goats that day. But typically you can go in there and pet them. They have brushes. You can brush the goats, and it's very exciting. Just to watch out where you step when you go into the petting zoo. That's a lesson I learned the hard way. But I think the conservation station is such a hidden gem because, first of all, you've got the animation experience out there, which is super cool. But you also have the opportunity, and they post a schedule where you can see the Animal Kingdom vets performing procedures or doing checkups on the Animal Kingdom animals. There's like it's almost like a exam room theater where it's got a wall of windows. You stand on not the side with the animals, but the side where you're separated from the doctors and the animals, and you can watch cool stuff happen. So it's very cool over there. I'm sad that some people either don't know that it exists or don't know how to get there. So we're trying to help you out.
Me. It was me. I'm going to be completely transparent. It was me. I have never been to Rafiki's Planet Watch. And I was thinking about my time at Animal Kingdom, and I said, I actually don't think I know how to get there. So I said, Justin, please provide a video for me.
That's funny. Well, this is news to me. I thought there were others who were asking for this information, but apparently this was targeted video for Stephers, which is fine. I'm sure that there are other people out there.
There actually are people, because like I scrounged the internet. Don't you worry about that. But it was also like, this is actually going to be beneficial for me. By benefiting us.
I am happy to open up. Yeah, I'm happy to open up windows of experience, new experiences to people. I'm happy to bring you in and show you a new side of the Animal Kingdom that maybe you haven't seen. But you know what? I want to talk about a new side of something that we haven't seen yet, because now we can see it even better because walls are down. But in order to do that, we have to jump into the news. That's right, dreamers. We have once again scoured the internet and brought all of the big headlines from the Central Florida theme parks right here to you, serving them up on a silver platter the way only the Morning Monorail can. The first thing I want to do, it's a very important time and an exciting time in the Magic Kingdom, because all the walls are coming down. Previews are starting to happen. Tiana's Bayou Adventure opens officially at the end of this month. I have my pass holder preview day coming up on the 17th. and I am just so excited. But now that the walls are down, they're lighting it up. You can hear the music, the anticipation. I can just feel it running through my body. That it's such a beautiful looking ride, and I'm trying desperately to avoid ride spoilers. Stephers, Landon, are you watching the on-ride spoilers, or are you trying to avoid them like me?
I am trying to avoid spoilers like the plague, and Disney is not making it any easier because they put out a full-blown point of view ride-through of the entire thing. And this was before earlier in the week when people were able to get sneak previews. And I remember I put in the Monorail Fam Discord, it's like, beware if you're trying to avoid spoilers, because the finale was one of the first things that popped up on my Twitter feed. And there were just, it seemed like post after post after post. The algorithm on the hellscape that is known as that was formerly known as Twitter apparently thought that I was very interested in seeing Tiana's Bayou adventure, particularly the finale, because I saw that post so many times. But I'm trying to avoid it as much as I can, though unfortunately I think eventually I'm going to see more than I want to before I get to experience this attraction for myself.
Yeah.
I have to say I genuinely don't have a preference, because if I've learned anything, especially from you, Justin, it's I can watch something, but experiencing it in real time will obviously be different. I would like to wait until you at least have your preview. That way, like, we can talk about it versus me just like people in the like. Not that other people's opinions don't matter, but like it's someone I know and I like have conversations with every day, so it's different. I will say I'm not surprised Disney did that though, because I think they're trying to sweep some sort of market out from under the content creators and stuff who just film the rides the entire way.
I think you're right.
It's not ideal, like, for people who don't want spoilers, but I think it's ideal because, one, we get a really good quality point of view video.
Yep.
And two, like, once you're ready to see it or once you've ridden it and you just want to experience it again, like, that is going to live on the internet for you to enjoy. So, like, if you can't get to the parks, you still see how awesome it looks.
Yeah.
I did start to see the finale, and then I said, "Gotta go." So I Alt F4'd the window.
That keeps happening to me in a lot of situations, because videos will autoplay if you're like going through Twitter or Instagram or whatever, and so I've seen, like, I'll start to see a video and I'm like, oh crap, and I scroll very quickly swipe away. But just even the small clips I've seen, I'm like, dang it, I didn't want to see that, So here's a question.
The new song, though, is cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I did listen to Special Spice. It's great. It's great. Landon, did you listen to the song?
I have not heard the song, so that is something I've still avoided. So I'm going to try and go in unspoiled as much as possible, because is this the first time that Disney has done something like this, where they post a point of view video of an attraction even before it opens?
I can't remember it happening before. I really think
they didn't do it for Tron. I don't remember them doing it for stuff like Rise of the Resistance or Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, because I remember I had a trip scheduled for Runaway Railway right after it opened, and the world caught fire.
COVID.
And plans were scuttled, and I was able to avoid videos and spoilers of Runaway Railway until I was able to reschedule. So I don't remember having to avoid videos of Disney posting anything for Runaway Railway.
Yeah.
I think it was mostly behind the scene. I think it was more how it came to be versus what it, if that makes if that makes sense.
I think you're right. Like, I remember them doing interviews with the Imagineers and them talking about, like, some of the Easter eggs and things you were going to see in there. And and some of the story behind it. But I don't remember ride videos, not from Disney.
Correct.
So, but I think Stephers hit the nail on the head. Like, basically, if this limits the amount of people who are doing on-ride videos after launch, it's going to make a better experience for everybody. And I mean, what's the purpose of doing it when you've got, like you said, Stephers, no one's going to be able to make a better video than what Disney did for the ride. So, other than, I'm sure it'll get you some views and clicks, but hopefully it just limits some of that. So yeah, I do think that was probably the purpose behind it. And I know that there are people who actually really like to watch the videos of the rides, because either A, maybe it's going to be a long time before they get to ride it themselves, or B, they just don't mind spoilers. Those people are out there. I don't get it. It's weird to me.
Or hold on, or they have anticipatory anxiety like Stephers, and they like need to see like how big the drop is, you know what I mean? Like stuff like you know,
that I get.
That the ride can
not
necessarily the elements of the ride, just like the actual track and stuff.
But to build on what you said, though, I do think that even if it somehow is spoiled for you, or you watch the whole video, experiencing it for yourself with your own eyes in person is going to be a totally different thing. Where
most definitely.
Yeah, you're fully immersed in it. It's all around you. The music, the sights, the sounds, the smells. We all love a smell of a water ride. So
except Figment fart. Oh, you said water ride. Never mind.
Yeah, nobody's signing up for that Figment fart. But I mean, like, even if you do watch the whole video, I mean, watching a 50-foot drop and experiencing a 50-foot drop, too drastically.
Yeah, definitely.
Correct, but it still gives some people an ease of, so they know what's coming kind of thing. Like, the drop's coming at this point or something.
Yeah, I was more talking about, now that to me is totally fine and valid. Because my mentality is so different from people who are just like, I don't care if things are spoiled for me. Like, I love the excitement and the feeling of the surprise when you get to experience it for yourself. Like, and I don't know, maybe that just doesn't do it for some people, and that's fine. I just don't get it. I don't get it, but that's okay. We're all different people, and it takes a great variety to make this whole world spin around.
Exactly.
What was that?
I don't know.
Just let him live his life. We were just gonna let it go.
All right. Yeah.
Let It Go, not featured on Tiana's Bayou Adventure. But that is a classic Disney song. It's a new classic. It's a modern classic Disney song. And there are some refurbishments and changes coming to another Magic Kingdom attraction that is going to maybe bring in some classic Disney songs. Let's talk about the Country Bear Musical Jamboree coming this summer. We still don't know the date. But we have gotten a few tracks spoiled for us in terms of what is going to be on the set list for the Country Bears. They're going to be singing Bear Necessities, which makes total sense. They are bears, after all. They're going to be singing Try Everything, and then they're also going to be singing A Whole New World, which, you know, based on the costume changes, the name changes, the songs, the Country Bear Jamboree is going to be a whole new world when we get to experience it later this summer. So I guess on the latest episode of We Call It Imagineering, you can see some behind the scenes of the recording sessions and listen to the new Country Bear Musical Jamboree songs. I'm still really on the fence about this.
I'm very confused.
I mean, I'm sure it'll be great. I'm sure it'll be fine. And I mean, like, people are going to love it. It'll be wonderful. I really need to see the whole thing, the execution, because my hope is that they're not like painting themselves into this like specific sound of like current country music, and it's going to sound weird in a few years or something, or dated. I don't know. We'll see. I have not watched that We Call It Imagineering. I haven't heard the new songs yet. I'm speaking out of total ignorance right now. I just, as a fan of the old show and feeling like it was a bit, to me, timeless, just because it was classic. That's the classic show. I'm worried about the changes. I'm open to it, but I'm worried, is all.
So now I have a question.
Sure.
For, I guess, both you and Landon and whoever wants to answer this question. I did not, color me ignorant, I did not know they were putting, like, new songs and, like these songs. I did not know that this was happening. Mind you, I haven't seen the OG Country Bears in a very long time, so to be honest with you, I couldn't tell you what they played before. I just knew it was a bop. You know what I mean? It was just like a banging place to take an AC break. Anyway, it obviously has to stay country.
Yeah.
In my opinion, due to the location and the vibe of the whole thing. And the fact that it's Country Bear, whatever. Anyway, would you rather it like change the set list over time to maybe keep it up to date kind of thing? Or would you rather this go away and they put something else that is quote unquote timeless? You know what I mean? Because you can only change so many songs to fit this kind of country twang feel, bluegrass. What did they say? Bluegrass,
Opry
country,
style,
like the whole thing.
Yeah.
And maybe they won't. I mean, we hope they execute it well, but maybe they won't. So, alternatively, like what would you do in this situation, given what we know and what could happen, I guess, with this new show, quote unquote, new show.
Landon, what do you think?
I really don't know what the answer Disney is looking for here, because I'll be honest, this show doesn't really move the needle for me. I always thought Country Bear Jamboree was fine. So I don't have strong feelings towards the original. I doubt I'm going to have strong feelings towards the new iteration of this show. But I do think it's interesting that Disney is trying to go in the direction of, it seems, to embrace current country. Because, again, I'll admit I'm not a giant country music fan, but I am friends with people who are giant country music fans. I work with a lot of country music. I work down the hall from a country music radio station, so I hear a lot of opinions on the current state of country music. And I hear a lot of people say they don't like the current sound of country music. So it's interesting that Disney is entering this marriage, for the lack of a better term, with this sound that people who are country fans don't necessarily like. And this article we're looking at from WDW Magic, on the one hand, they're working alongside McAnally, who's a 10-time CMA Musician of the Year, an incredible mind in country music. But then they're also working with Emily Ann Roberts, who is coming up in the country world. So it's interesting that they have one foot in old country, but then they also have one foot in new country as well. And I really don't know what type of sound A, this is going to make, and B, this is going to be received as, because they're describing it. They're going to pay homage to sounds of different genres of country music, and they cite bluegrass, pop country, Americana, rockabilly, and other styles. So, I mean, like, the old saying is, if you're trying to please everybody, you're going to please nobody. So I'm afraid this could end up being that situation.
Yeah. I
mean, that's fair.
Yeah. And my response, Stephers, is I mean, as a Disney history fan, Disney Parks history fan, since Country Bear Jamboree doesn't exist at Disneyland anymore, I wouldn't want it to totally go away in Disney World. I don't know that changing a song here or there over time is better than just revamping the show. I'm not sure if that's better or worse. I guess you've got your old standards that they always play, and then maybe there's a slot where there's like an updated song, an updated set, piece or something that they could do. That might make it interesting, as opposed to just changing the whole show, because then maybe you can do some different things with it. I will say, though, if they were going to bring in country stars to help them to revamp the sound and update, or at least change the style of some Disney classics into, some of these different country styles that we mentioned, why did we not call Dolly Parton? I'm sorry. I realize she has a competing theme park, but it's all the way up in Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. So, I mean, Dolly
Parton.
It's Dolly Parton, who is a legend, and I would just say, like, there would be a huge... I know that there's a big crossover of people that love Dolly and love the Disney parks. I think it would have been a big draw. Would have been a call I would have made, but, I'm not making calls at Disney. But I wouldn't want it to go away and be replaced by something totally different, personally. My fear about this goes back to what we talked about with the Tiki Room under new management. Iago comes in, takes over, the songs change. They are singing like modern songs in the Tiki Room style. It didn't work. This is a little different, but I'm just concerned. I'm not trying to trash this and say I hate it and I'm not going to go. I'm open-minded, but I'm cautious right now about it.
I mean, they could execute it really well. I think where my brain is I think you can get like sonically, whatever the term is. But I think the sound, like the instruments and stuff, could fit. I think you can make that fit depending on the location. I think that's the easiest lift.
Yeah.
In a still hard situation. I just think the execution with the singing and all of it, like, I don't know. I don't know how well that'll melt. But Justin will let us know.
I will, because I'll go.
Our on-location guy.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll check it out. I'm not going to day one it or anything, but I'll go. Do you think they'll do pass holder previews for Country Bear's musical jamboree? I don't think.
Okay. Do you think it'll be popular enough to want to? I don't know.
I don't think that
initially when it opens, maybe, but I think after the new newness wears off, it'll kind of go back to how popular
being the forgotten thing
was. Yeah. As you said, a good AC break.
A good AC break, a fun little kitschy thing that you can do. Anyway, I like there being different things in the theme park. I like there being, variety in your experiences. This to me it's just something different you can do, and I like it. I'm going to try it, and I'm open-minded, and we'll see how it goes. But still, we don't have an opening date. I'm sure they're going to let Tiana have her moment, and the Country Bears may be early August or something like that. But we'll see.
True.
Yeah.
So true.
I mentioned it earlier. This is our first episode for the month of June, and it is officially Pride Month. Happy Pride to all of our friends and family out there. And guys, if you're a fan of this show, you've been around a long time. You know that there's not many things that we like more than talking about food. And of course, Disney dropped a Pride Month foodie guide on the Disney Parks blog. My favorite thing about all of these foods is they're all rainbow colored and they look amazing. Like they look so pretty that I wouldn't want to destroy them by digging in with a fork or my teeth.
Speak for yourself. All right. I'm jumping right in. I'm actually skipping the top part. Y'all can just scream things that you like. I didn't know if we
Cupcake!
This whole guy.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, you see, if you scroll down here, we're on the Disney Parks blog.
Moose Dome!
Epcot
Sorry.
Connections Cafe and Connections Eatery has this Pride waffle, and let me tell you, not only does it look pretty, but it looks delicious, and I want it in my tummy. Like these dome things, cool. Cupcakes, cool. Like we love a good cupcake, but sometimes those things are too rich, and I'm just like, is it worth my calories for the day? This waffle, it's different, quote unquote, because it's not like a normal Mickey waffle. It's like a cool, brioche dough with colorful icing, whatever, and it looks delish.
Yeah, it does look.
Speaking of rich, let's go to Everglazed Donuts and Cold Brew in Disney Springs. The rainbow donut topped with many types of rainbow sprinkles, a dollop of some sort of icing, and a rainbow sour belt. Just laying across the top.
That's a donut. They put a picture.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was like a tart.
I thought it was a cake.
There's a whole lot going on with that.
I want that rainbow sour belt, though. I love sour belt.
Yeah. Those are top-notch candies for sure. I will say that the cake batter cannoli from Vivoli Il Gelato, available June 1st through July 31st. It's a cannoli with sweet cream, cake batter, ricotta topped with rainbow sprinkles. That would hit the spot for sure. Mm-hmm. I will say, I love cannolis, but sometimes I feel like when you get a cannoli and it's not fresh, they're so disappointing. Like a not fresh cannoli, or if it's just done a little wrong, it's gross. It goes from being delicious to gross real fast. So
and you're disappointed when you realize what you're dealing with.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah, for sure.
This guide also includes beverages. They're at Chef Art Smith's Homecoming. There's Pride from June 1st to June 30th. Pride-themed jumbo squeeze bottles, 22-ounce Pride-themed jumbo squeeze bottles available for purchase with the Shine on tap. Refills available.
I actually wonder if this is going to be different than the one that I have. I've got a rainbow squeeze bottle from Art Smith's, and I think it says "Food is Love" on it. I wonder if they've got new ones, because I'll get a new one if they've got them.
Love is food.
A fun fact about the squeeze bottles from Art Smith's Homecoming. Think of it like it's one of those seasonal things, like a refillable bottle you can get from the Universal, where you can charge it up for the day and then refill it, or like you go to a resort, you get a cup and then you can refill it the whole time that you're at the resort. These things, you buy it once and you can get discounted drinks from the Shine on Tap forever, as long as you bring your refillable squeeze bottle back. They'll fill it up and give you that discount. Also, anything non-alcoholic is free to get refilled in that thing when you're at Disney Springs. Never forget that.
Know that.
Never forget
there
that.
Are non-alcoholic drinks at Disney Springs.
Yeah. So if you just want Coke, tea, whatever it is, you can take your squeeze bottle Art Smith's, get it filled up. It's free. And that goes on forever. That's a hack. People don't know this. That's a hack. A Disney Springs hack.
We love hacking. I mean, what?
We love hacking.
Planet.
So yeah, we skipped down the list a little bit, but there are going to be options at all the parks. Hollywood Studios, you can go to Pizza Rizzo and the Trolley Car Cafe and get a Pride cupcake. At Magic Kingdom, you can go to the lunching pad. You get it looks like it's the same Pride cupcake. At the main
cupcakes is what I'm saying.
Yeah, Main Street Bakery in Magic Kingdom has a Pride Mousse Dome, which looks really cute. Mm-hmm. At Epcot, of course, we got the Liege Waffle at Connections and the Connections Eatery, the cafe and eatery. Now, I like the look of this one, but I don't think it's going to be good. This is my prediction. The Creature Comforts, which is the Starbucks at Disney's Animal Kingdom, you can get Pride Mousse Dome, lemon chiffon cake, raspberry lemonade mousse, white chocolate glaze, and rainbow sprinkles. Oh, that must be the dome that they're showing beside the Liege Waffle. This thing that comes from the Beach Club and Yacht Club Resort, I think, must be the Pride Mousse Dome. Oh, are they the same? Yeah, I guess those are the same, aren't they? So that picture must be it. It looks shiny. It has like a shiny glaze. It's rainbow colored. It looks cool. I'm just predicting it's not going to be good.
You think it's going to end up looking better than it tastes?
Yeah.
Because the Pride Mousse Dome is dark chocolate, strawberry mousse, and a rainbow glaze to give it kind of that shiny finish that you mentioned.
Yeah. So they are two different things. They're called the same thing.
They're both Pride Mousse Domes, but they're drastically different things.
They're very different. Interesting.
The one at Creature Comforts has a lot going on. That is a very busy palette. Lemon,
I love me a
lemonade,
busy palette.
white chocolate glaze. Wow.
Yeah. I'm sure, it seems a little basic, but the Pride Cinnamon Roll available at Boardwalk Deli, that looks delicious. I'm not sure.
I think that looks great.
Yeah, I'm not sure you can go wrong there. And the Pride Strawberry Cupcake is available pretty much at every resort, at every food court, at all of the multiple Disney Resort hotel locations. So, anyways, lots of options to enjoy the flavors and celebrate Pride this month. Also, there will be a couple novelties. There's a Pride bottle topper that's available. This is at Disneyland. Oh, we don't have these? Oh, come on, Disney.
What?
The Pride bottle topper down at the bottom. It says this is a Disneyland thing, and then
and all the tumblers. It looks
tumblers.
like are a Disneyland as well.
Well,
fine.
Oh, never mind. I'll be there after Pride Month. Never mind. Cancel. Abort what I was about to say. Abort. Oh,
Okay.
That funnel cake.
Yep, we know.
Why did I scroll down? Anyway,
Stephers is a
I'm
funnel
sorry. Can we
cake fan.
rewind and back up to the Tiana's Bayou Adventure for 2 seconds? So I started watching We Call It Imagineering because I was skipping through because I just wanted to hear like the sound of it. One of the people, Allison Russell, I saw in concert because she opened for Hosier when I
wow.
went. So
That's pretty cool.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
That's
I've
awesome.
seen one of them in person. And she reposted my Instagram story once.
Oh,
Careful.
your best friends.
Best friends, 100%. We talk every day.
Wait, I had a quick question just talking about the music for Tiana. So we both listen to Special Spice Stephers. I know, Landon, you're going to avoid it like the plague. But my question for you, Stephers, is do you think this is going to be one of those earworm songs that get stuck in your head? Like,
150%.
You think so? You think it's an instant? This is an instant ride
100%.
classic?
I think it'll be, yes.
And the reason I ask...
Yes, because I don't want to put another song in your head.
Well, the reason I ask is because, of course, people love Zippity Doo-Dah, and that's how, Splash Mountain ended. So it's difficult because they're replacing an all-time classic, ride song that people loved. It was, on shirts, and people would listen to it and sing it. I almost associate, that song as much with, like, a Disney park as anything. And so they're replacing that with this one. I got to say, I believe that they did a good job. I know people will disagree with me. I think Nothing Can Stop Us Now from Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is a classic song. I love it. I think it gets stuck in your head. I think Special Spice is better. I think so.
Really?
I think so. We'll see.
I think they're in two different camps, and I can't compare them.
Well, I demand comparison.
Nope. Absolutely not, but we are moving on.
Yeah, time to get moving along.
No, that's a universal thing, actually. Sorry, that was no earthquake. disaster? No,
It's
have
been
neither
so
of you done
long
that?
since
I
did it.
I'm now intrigued. I think I'm going to have to listen to this special Spice song. If
I think it's great.
Praises that much.
I love it.
I think it's great. I don't think you can compare a song like I just don't think they're comparable.
Well, I just put them in the category of ride theme songs that like feel like classic Disney parks tunes that are going to get stuck in your head. Because I feel like that we're heading towards, because we're getting so many new ones. At some point, we should do a show like ranking our favorites of the ride songs. We should totally do that.
We should.
But I think this one's going to be up there. I'm just saying it. I think people are really going to dig it.
Ooh, we can do it for next year's March Madness, and inexplicably the MCO monorail.
That's right.
I don't know. We don't have to do March. We don't have to do March Madness ever again. I don't think anything will ever top that experience. Oh, actually, that's so unfortunate. March Madness is going to be before Epic opens, so we can't even put the Epic stuff on there. Unbelievable.
Well,
what an upset.
And Stephers, as a podcast, particularly a Disney podcast, we are required by law. We have to do a March Madness.
It's true. Yeah,
that's fine. We can still. I'm still going to participate.
Not,
I just mean we're not going to top.
No, it may not be as good. We can't guarantee it'll be as good, but we'll try. It'll be different. Okay, so just to wrap up the Disney news, this is like maybe ho hum, not earth shattering or anything, but I think it's just a sign of just moving forward for Disney and the future development of the parks in Orlando. So this comes to us from blogmickey.com. And the headline is Tourism Oversight District and Disney World reach agreement on theme park hotel development for next decade. According to a notice posted on the Orlando Sentinel, the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District and Walt Disney World have reached an agreement on a development plan for the next decade at the resort. The development agreement will be presented for a first reading June 5th this week at the Board of Supervisors meeting. Development agreement will encompass roughly 17,400 acres, and it sets limits on development over the next decade. This includes, at a high level, a total of 53,476 hotel rooms, 1,258,000 square feet of office space, 1,732,000 square feet of retail space, 5 minor theme parks. This includes the water parks and ESPN's Wide World of Sports. 5 major theme parks, which means Disney can, if they so choose, build a 5th gate in the next 10 years. So I like that this article says inevitably someone will read this and think there's a 5th gate coming. That's not what's happening. The development agreement lists maximums, not outcomes. Now the question though is, now that Disney's moving forward in a positive direction and they've started finishing projects in Disney World, and they've announced Beyond Thunder and the Dino Land redo. I just want to ask, just broadly, do we think Disney will announce a 5th gate in the next 10 years?
If we're putting the next 10 years as our timeline,
let me say to open before the end of the next decade.
Oh, to open.
Yeah. Let's say that. Do we think? I don't think so.
If it's to open, I'm going to say no. If it's just to announce, I think it's more likely, because we do know that Disney, in this same decade that we're putting on this question, they said that they're going to dedicate $60 billion to the parks. So I mean, Disney is going to put some fundage into the parks, and it does seem like the state of Florida and Disney are now playing nice again. But to open a park in the next decade, I'm going to go with no. Okay.
Well, keep in mind, Epic construction started basically in COVID. It really got started in 21. What are you shaking your head?
I don't think it's a question. Sorry, I realize it's an audio podcast and only you guys can see me shaking my head. I don't think it's a question of whether they could pull it off. You know what I mean? Like you were going to say with Epic and how quick that more or less went. Yeah. I don't think it's I think they could pull it off if they committed to the bit. I think, and I will die on this hill because I know we've talked about it before, but I think they need to keep moving the current parks in the direction in which they are going. And I don't, in my head, between the new age the new like phase of Marvel, the contracts for like Simpsons, like there are too many overlapping things that could affect what already exists, that I don't think that they should be using their resources right now to build a new park. I mean, I'm sure it's in the back of their head somewhere, but like with Beyond Thunder Mountain and XYZ thing, it's like where are we putting this fifth park, fifth gate, fifth whatever the heck y'all want to call it? Where are we putting it? Because honestly, there's only so much room y'all got over there.
Oh, they do have enough room. Like there's enough. I think there's as much space as there is for Animal Kingdom. There's enough room for a huge park.
And then what are you gonna like? Are you really gonna take the time when you know that there are? I mean, knowing Disney, yeah, they could, so that it'll be another stream of revenue. But like, I think they genuinely are going in the right direction with updating and like everything they've done at Epcot. Absolutely love. Mm-hmm. I think that is not the epitome, but I think that that's a very good representation of like taking elements that the fans love and making it into something new and something exciting and whatever. This Magic Kingdom thing, we'll see. This Animal Kingdom Dino Land thing, we'll see. But I do think that making those changes are more important than giving us a fifth park. Yeah. And maybe that's a controversial take. It's just my take. I think it's possible. I just don't think that that's worth their time right now.
Yeah. I'm of two minds. I think that once they do finish the Dino Land redo, which could happen in 2 years, let's say, and then they finish whatever they're going to do with the Wonders of Life Pavilion, and they finish Beyond Thunder, let's say that's 3 years away. Let's just conservatively say 4 years from now, what would be the next big thing on the Disney radar? I kind of think it's expanding Pandora is one thing that they may do.
God, I hope.
I mean, they've always said they have room for another attraction there. So I don't know where, but apparently they do. So I think they might expand Pandora. And then I think that the other thing would be addressing whatever they're going to do with Hollywood Studios regarding sort of Muppets. Do they expand Star Wars a little bit more? What are they doing with the Star Cruiser? Like those things, I think.
I think they're finalizing those plans currently. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I think that I think you're right in terms of timeline. I think that is like the trajectory we're going down.
Yeah. So we'll see. But
just makes sense.
But to play devil's advocate, I do think it's interesting that Disney did negotiate that they could add a major fifth park. But I am glad that this Blog Mickey article pointed out that this is just a possibility. This isn't a definitive move that Disney is pulling, because what they said absolutely happened to me at work. I work with another Disney fan, and we were in the common area, and he said, "Hey, did you hear about the fifth park that's coming to Disney?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "What source are you getting this from?" And he sent me an article from, I think it was the ABC affiliate in Orlando that talked about how definitively a fifth gate is coming to Walt Disney World. So
Villains Land coming in 2030.
I'm glad that Blog Mickey has pointed out that this has just been negotiated.
Yeah.
But the fact that Disney did negotiate it kind of tells you that maybe this is in the back of their mind. But I agree with what Stephers and what Jay, y'all are saying. They're going to take care of what they already have in motion before they're even going to think about a fifth gate.
Yeah, I think I would set conservatively the over-under of like a fifth gate announcement at 6.5 years before they would even announce something like that. I think.
I think the possibility is to be like, okay, Epic is coming. Like but we still exist. You know what I mean? Like there's still always room for improvement.
We still exist.
I think this is just like a, hey, we could be doing this, but like also we're not definitively doing this. Just know that it don't throw us out of the running. You know, that kind of thing. Not that people do that anyway, but I'm just saying. But
it'll be interesting to see
Omar
if like
Little, they keeps one in the chamber in case he's pondering.
Exactly. It'll be very interesting to see how travel trends change. Like, does the gravity shift a little bit towards Universal up I-Drive or up I-4 towards Universal, or does it just does a rising tide lift all boats and Disney attendance goes up because more people are traveling for Epic? We'll see. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I'm excited because more parks are good. Competition is good, as we say. Mm-hmm. You know, Disney doesn't have to respond, but at some point they probably will. So that'll do it for the Disney news. It is now time to go across the Universal with Stephers. What have you got for us,
It's
Stephers?
me. What?
What have you got for us?
Oh, I have our favorite event. Well, okay, hold on. I'm going to end with our favorite event. I'm
Okay.
hoping to first talk about Universal Orlando is opening an Epic Universe Preview Center, which I think is such a phenomenal idea. I am so excited. That's going to be in CityWalk. There are pictures of like scaffolding and stuff, and this will be an interactive experience that offers a more close-up look at Universal's third park as well. It's technically Universal's fourth park. Sorry, reading this from allears.net. Technically, this is Universal's fourth park, unless we're not counting a water park as a park, as well as a massive model of the new park in all its new lands. You'll be able to find the preview center in the former Universal Legacy Store location. There will also be an augmented reality component to the model that you can use on your phone to see exciting elements of the model come to life. This preview center will also give you your first chance to buy Epic Universe merchandise, as well as offer photo ops with unique backgrounds themed to each of the park's 5 spectacular worlds. I have a question. There's still more to this article, but I have a question.
Yes, you in the front.
Are y'all the type of people that you won't buy merch to a place you haven't been?
I am.
Okay, because I am too. Disneyland merch. You won't see me in Disneyland merch until after August.
Right.
Like that ain't gonna happen. So I'm interested. Like I know that we've seen the generic logo tease already. Unless there is some like phenomenal ET-esque looking retro vibe, I'm gonna just wait. Yeah. Until Oh, Stephers Epic 30. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of the shirts. Anyway. Let's listen here, Landon. It's likely this model with all its interactive elements could reveal something we didn't know already about Epic Universe, so you can imagine. Okay, so Justin will go to the preview center when it opens.
I will.
Is the moral of this story.
I'll go.
And then he'll walk out head to toe wearing Epic Universe, a hat, shirt, sweatpants, a
fanny pack
bag, 2 coffee mugs,
socks, boxers,
1 for each hand, y'all.
I think this is such a great. I will say that I loved that Disney did this, the preview center, and I love that Universal is doing this for Epic Universe. I'm interested to see the execution, and then I'm also interested to see what happens with this area after Epic Universe is open.
Yeah,
I feel like
back
nothing.
Into the Legacy Store.
Well, I think they're making it like taller.
Oh, are they?
Like I think they're making it like a. Maybe they're not. Maybe it's just the facade. But like in my head, why do you have to change the whole ass facade for something that's already
to make it epic, Stephers?
But it was already Universal.
Yeah.
Like just change the sign. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of already Universal themed. So I'm interested to see how that goes.
It could still be an Epic specific store even after the park opens. Like they could have. You've got your Universal Studios store over there on one side.
Oh
and
yeah,
then
I guess it could.
Yeah. So who knows? Or they'll bring back the Virgin Megastore. They're still in it from Disney Springs.
That's wouldn't surprise me actually. Anyway, moving on to our favorite event of the year. I'm saying our, Landon, just by association, is your favorite event as well.
Yeah, what's this our business?
Halloween Horror Nights is rapidly approaching, and Universal announced an exclusive Halloween Horror Nights event called Premium Scream Night, which is a limited capacity event which will take place on Thursday, August 29th, aka the day before the event starts for the general public, or quote-unquote general public. Tickets go on sale this week on Friday. Is it Friday?
I think it's
Thursday.
Thursday.
They go on Thursday, June 6th. Visitors will be the first to experience this year's new houses, scare zones, and live entertainment. Universal says that ticket holders for Premium Scream Night will also experience everything fans love about the world's premier Halloween event in a more intimate experience, complete with limited capacity and shorter wait times. Staggered entry by group into the haunted houses, so everyone, in italicized, will fall prey to the scares lurking at every turn. A selection of all-you-care-to-enjoy food items created by Universal's award-winning culinary team and inspired by this season's haunts, as well as non-alcoholic beverages. An exclusive event souvenir credential and lanyard, access to select attractions at Universal Studios Florida, and free self-parking on August 29th. Pricing for the tickets are $350 plus tax, with AP and annual and seasonal pass holder discount tickets at $325 plus tax. end scene,
Okay.
aka reading of this article.
So, Steffers, what's your take on this? Because it's interesting. I read it all and I felt very positive about it, but I'm coming at it from the perspective of I've been spending the last couple months pricing out a private RIP tour, and so we actually, before we knew for sure, I actually guessed this ticket price. I said it was going to be $350, and that's what it was. But I see people going, "Oh, this is like that exclusive food event they did before Halloween Horror Nights last year," and it's basically like you're paying for a media preview to the event. And so they're kind of dogging Universal because they're like, you're just basically charging people to come in and get this exclusive access, and you know that people are going to put it out on social media and promote you. But I look at it as this does to me look like a better experience. Universal, like Halloween Horror Nights, especially on the weekends, but even during the week, is so busy that unless you get express, it is very, very difficult to do everything you want to do in one night. Nay, impossible.
It's not impossible.
Unless you do Scream
Very
early,
close.
and it's still very, very hard.
Correct. It's a marathon.
Yeah, so you're getting experiences you can't get at the regular event by having the staggered groups, lower times. You're getting all you care to enjoy, select food items. I mean, I don't know. Like I'm interested in your take on this.
I took this in a different direction. My initial thoughts were of a different. I pulled from a different part of my brain. I am part of the Orlando Informer Facebook group community. Period.
Mm-hmm.
They already run after hours events, same MO
Mm-hmm.
as what this event is. So my brain went, Orlando Informer rents out the park and does this event during the holiday season and like during summer or whatever. Why can't we monetize this same concept, but for an event that I'm very much exaggerating, that every single person who loves Halloween Horror Nights will want to attend?
Yeah.
I think this is a huge test for this to become a larger scale event.
Could be.
With that being said, I'm trying to think of how to say this where it's the least controversial comment, but I think our opinion on this is
bring the
controversial either way.
Bring it.
I think this is a phenomenal idea as a Halloween Horror Nights fan. I think I would love to do an RIP tour. Going back to your thoughts, I would love to do an RIP tour. However, you are quoted a price with the assumption you're filling your tour with 10 people.
Right.
If you do not fill that with 10 people, your cut of that tour is higher.
Right.
This, you're paying for yourself, you're committed to yourself, and in my head, you're being grouped with people who love the event just as much as you. So these staggered groups, you can interact, like it's like an interactive thing where you can group up with people if you decide to go by yourself.
Right. I think so.
The biggest hesitation I have with this is they're doing this the day before the event actually starts.
Yeah.
And that is the thing that I don't like. I think, and this is why I don't like it. I take this from every single person who purchases a ticket to this August 29th event is a guinea pig. I don't take it as they're going to spoil the event for everybody. Like, yeah, they're going to get a premiere access, whatever. That means they're lucky enough to, be a normal general population person. Okay, I don't care if this seems like a glorified general public media preview. I would love to do this. I would love to be in like media. You're saying if you weren't media, you wouldn't want to share all that you got to experience. That's a little hypocritical in my opinion. Mm-hmm. But I don't like that. I feel like you're a guinea pig and you're going to spend $350 for this event that you've never done before. You're going to experience all these things, and you know how Halloween Horror Nights goes. It takes a little bit for them to get their groove. Mm-hmm. It's not, not to say that the event is perfect all the time anyway, but like...
They have to tweak houses and make changes.
I think they're genuinely using this event as like hey, the event hasn't officially started. This isn't going to be perfect, so that people's expectations are lower, and so that it's a full practice run on a smaller scale for the people who are putting the event together, like the scare actors and all that jazz. I think that that's really the vibe I get from this. But if they can execute this well, I think a long-term plan to bring it back, like I think that would be amazing. Like I would definitely do this event because it saves you money, because the RIP tours are phenomenal, so I've heard. But if you can't drop $400 to $500, I think it's at least $400, even with the 10 people.
Yeah,
you can't. This is a great alternative. Yeah, I think. I think they're trying to marry the two and trying to, give people a chance to be a little more exclusive, but also not break your bank.
Yeah.
Which $350 isn't a small amount of money. However, in the grand scheme of all the other offerings, like it is reasonable, in my opinion.
So you took it in the very similar direction as Aurora, one of our favorite members of the Monorail family, because we were talking about this when it was announced, and she also said that she felt like, when the event starts, it's a bit of a mess, and she's getting like early Jollywood vibe nights. Or Jollywood Nights vibe. I do not
think it would go poorly.
I agree. I don't think it would be that bad, but I also understand what she's saying in that when the event starts, they do have to tweak things. They have to streamline their operations, tweak things in the houses. Things do change. But I also kind of look at it like, but it would also be cool to be there before they change things in the houses. You know what I mean? Because like sometimes they have to like dumb down some of the things they do because they just don't work. I don't know.
You just like brain blasted a thought into my head. Going back to like, I do want to see things before they change. I think this is me going in like, people who want to do this event and are going to spend the money are very big Halloween Horror Nights fans. Yeah. Who better to get feedback from than people who have attended this event before, who love this event. I mean, even if new people go, like that's not the point. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like this is catered to people who love this event so much and want to do it on a smaller scale, whatever. I think that's great. Honestly, my brain, like, I know like the houses and the timing and stuff can be off, but my brain was going, this all you can enjoy food is what's gonna be their harping point on this, like in this event.
See, even if Landon went, Landon could get his money's worth because he could enjoy all you care to enjoy food and non-alcoholic beverages. He could fill his night with that. Yeah. And writing MIB.
My fat backside won't step into a house, but I will eat my body's weight in like undead corn dogs or whatever they're offering this year.
Probably is an undead corn dog. It also is probably going to be a bat-shaped thing. Oh, an owl-shaped thing, a witchy hat or something. I don't know. Hat. Listen, we're going off the rails.
Yeah,
witch's nose potato wedges or something. Yeah,
exactly.
Well,
I don't know. I think
spooky wedges.
I think this is a great step in the right direction, and I understand both sides of the coin, but I as a fan and as somebody who can see like where this is going and what the possibilities are. Sign me up.
So,
honestly.
Yeah, actually, while you were talking about your thoughts and your perspective, one of the things I thought was if they decided to do this as, let's say, a once a week thing, like next year, and they pick one night and they're like, this is the premium night, basically what you're doing is you're paying to have 1/3 of the Halloween Horror Nights crowd that you would normally run into. So you're tripling your cost. They're limiting how many people are there, but it is a different experience because we all know the conga line. If you're familiar with Halloween Horror Nights, you go in the house. You're pressed up against the group in front of you, and you got people right behind you. So if you quite frequently might go through a house and get a bad run because the scares are happening in front of you and behind you. With the staggered groups, it guarantees you're going to get the best experience in the houses, and that's interesting. It's interesting to me. There's enough going on with this that I was like, initially I was totally sold on it, and then we talked about it, and I think our little private group is concerned that not everybody would be able to make that date, so we're sticking with the original plan. But I'll be very interested to see what the feedback is, and maybe next year, if they do bring it back or expand it, then maybe next year that's the direction I go. I did see another media outlet post that, one night at Halloween Horror Nights with Unlimited Express would be less than buying this ticket if you wanted that experience. So there's that side of it too.
Yeah, but that doesn't... So I thought of that too. Unlimited Express, however, you still have the crowds that you have on a normal Halloween Horror Nights night, and sometimes Express is just as long, if not longer, because people have started to, quote-unquote, Well, people have started to buy Express more because of other advice that they've received. So it depends on the day. It depends on the month. It depends on like the time of the season. It genuinely, it's very hard to gauge like if this is worth it. Is it worth it for a date in August? I don't think so. I think you could go beginning of September, end of August, and you will have low crowds. If they were to do this mid-September, end of September into October, like sporadically, like you said, once a week, that would definitely be worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, and maybe they will.
Maybe they will. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. And so now I need Landon to wake back up because we're going to talk about something that he'd be into. We're still talking monsters, but I snagged this from Twitter. I get a little screen cap here because I don't even know if this is real, but essentially what it is it's a leaked early concept art picture of the Burning Blade Tavern, the bar underneath the burning windmill in Monsters Land at Epic Universe. And it really does look like a classic Monsters version of like a Trader Sam's. And I am here for it. Bring it.
Do freaking what now? Where is this?
It's in
the show notes.
No, it's this.
Oh, my bad. Yep.
Said my bad.
He's jumping. I see Landon's picture pop back into the show notes.
Right here, Landon, just for you.
Yeah.
I thought it was an article. Sorry. That thing looks awesome.
Yeah. That looks great.
I am there for that. Y'all can keep your scary AF stuff. That is my speed of scary.
It looks good. Yeah, I'm for it. This is the kind of news I've been waiting for from Epic. Let's talk about the bars and lounges. This looks like a good one.
Oh, we should do a live pass holder lounge from this lounge.
I bet it'll be noisy. We could try it, but I bet it'll be noisy in there. But
that's not the point.
Yeah.
And also, I'm willing to bet cell reception might not be all that great.
That's true.
Guys, don't poo-poo my idea.
It's a good idea.
It's a great idea, Steph.
But we
Thanks for lying to me. I really appreciate it.
So before we wrap up, I just wanted to mention we're coming up on June 14th. The Cinesational, a symphonic spectacular.
Bless you.
Yeah, the Lagoon Show. I was going to call it a lounge show. The Lagoon Show is coming soon to Universal Studios, and then of course the Mega Movie Parade, July 3rd. I did see some people talking about this June 6th date because they've noticed in the tribute store that like the clocks have been set to 6/6. So people are speculating what that would be. Steffers, I know you sometimes have insider information. Is there going to be an announcement on June 6th?
Wasn't June 6th when the tickets for this Halloween Horror Nights event are dropping?
It is. Yes.
I think that's...
You think that's all it is?
Well, did it show up before or after the announcement of...
It did show up after, from what I recall.
Oh, okay. If it showed up after, then probably I would have to talk to my sources who has shared some information, but nothing that is helpful at this time.
All right. I didn't know if maybe this was going to be the next Epic land reveal or something.
That's where my mind went, and with it being June 6, 6, maybe Monsters.
Maybe Monsters. Maybe
I think Monsters is the next one.
It could be Monster Time.
I mean,
what else do we have left?
It's that what Monsters and then Ministry of Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monsters is next, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously we're going to get Monsters before we get Harry Potter, because I mean that's what Universal is saving for their grand finale when it comes to us.
Yeah, definitely, because they know it's going to.
Oh,
what?
Sorry, this is a side note. Did you see that they had to rename one of the rides?
Oh yeah. I did. They got sued.
I just
hasn't
think
even opened. Things are going great at Epic. Yeah.
Stardust Racers.
Yeah, it was
the new name of
Starfall.
Starfall.
Yeah.
I will say Starfall was a beautiful name,
it's better.
but I respectfully I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters.
Starfall's better, but Stardust is fine.
Well, now they're going to get sued by WWE because that was the former name of the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes character, Stardust.
That's right.
Did he file a copyright though?
He should.
Trademark?
Not yet. He should.
Well,
I mean, they call him the American Nightmare, and what's more American than suing?
Yeah, well,
they should change it to Gold Dust. No, wait, they can't do that.
Nope, they can't do that either.
Screwed.
Yeah. They should change it to, I don't know what, Interstellar. Nope, that was a movie.
Movie.
Can't do that. They should call it Space Mountain. Wait, no, I don't think that works either.
It would be funny if they just change it to some sort of a knockoff of Space Mountain, though. Like,
It's Space Mountain it's spelled with a Z instead of a C in space.
Yeah. Wait, what is Mountain Dew? What's the generic Mountain Dew called? It's like Dr. Thunder. No, that's not.
No, that's the
Dr.
generic
Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. You're Mountain Lightning.
Mountain Lightning.
Mountain Dew.
Space Lightning. There we go.
There we go. Boom. Nailed it.
Mountain
You're
Light.
welcome.
You know what? I'm not going to ask questions. I don't want to know. I don't know.
Also, the fact that I can recall that off the top of my head so fast is worrisome.
Oh, it means you're a prudent shopper. You like to save your money.
Were you the one who was gifted the hard Mountain Dew?
I tried
Yes.
Hard Mountain Dew. I
I
wasn't
knew it was.
gifted it.
I was like, I thought it was Landon.
Yeah, Landon got gifted.
One
some.
time, the boys came over to play Magic. And one Friday, one of them brought over, was it a 12-pack of Hard Mountain Dew?
That's too many.
Yes, it was. I had one.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm good. Y'all can, y'all can finish the rest.
One was enough. Did you? What flavor was it?
I went with the original.
Yeah, that's what I
because
did too.
In the variety pack, I think it had Code Red and then some other ones. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna stick with what I know.
Yeah, I did the same, and it was not good. Sadly.
Oof. Oh, that was rough.
Okay.
Mountain Dew, stay in your lane.
We have to do a token mentioning of SeaWorld before we get to the little fun segment we have planned for the end.
Official podcast.
We're the official podcast of SeaWorld. We've got to mention it. So SeaWorld Orlando kicks off summer with the opening of Antarctica Realm. New shows and experiences. I mean, a lot of this is kind of stuff that we've previously talked about, but Penguin Trek is coming. We still don't know its opening date, but it is set to open in the summer, and it'll be part of the Antarctica Realm. And there's other stuff that's going on. And also, SeaWorld is celebrating its 60th anniversary with food and beverage, merchandise, and collectibles. I have to be honest, I didn't really realize that SeaWorld was 60 years old. I would have, if you had asked me, I would have guessed
Hey,
it.
60 years old?
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Okay, that breaks my brain a little bit.
Right. I would have guessed it was younger than Magic Kingdom, but I would have guessed wrong, my friends.
Right.
So, anyways, there's stuff going on over at SeaWorld. Get over there. Go check them out.
Get on in.
Oh, yeah, and they announced the return of the fireworks show Ignite, which includes music, lights, and pyrotechnics. And guests can keep the fun going at night at Club Sea Glow at Bayside Stadium, where a DJ will be spinning dance music all evening, only on select nights. SeaWorld.
Yeah, all evening. Only on select.
On select nights. That's right. What happened, Steffers? Did you find out?
Nothing. No.
6th?
I just had a... No. Oh, I'll find out when we were doing our last thing. I don't know if my source will answer, but I'm going to try.
Okay.
No, I just thought of for our next thing, our ending thing, I just thought of a new...
Oh, okay. Well, then I think we got to get to it because this is what everybody's been waiting for. So last week, we threw out the question to the Monorail fam. Based on the rumors that Disney's in development or planning this Club 33 movie, I wanted you to pitch a movie idea based on some obscure Disney reference that a lot of people probably won't get. And I just want to hear all your terrible ideas based on these deep cuts in the Disney parks. So we got some fantastic response. I got to say, I think people really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, they did.
We got some good responses over in the Facebook group, and I'm going to hop over there first. If you're not already part of the Monday Morning Monorail Fam Facebook group, go join it. We have a blast over there, and we interact with our questions. That's where we post Fast Pass Standby Snack Break, and we just chat. We chat all week. But I appreciate those people who reached out on the Facebook. I'll kick it off with my friend who, my friend and yours, but he's mostly my friend. He's the one that gave me a shout out for the 200th episode, totally ignoring Steffers and Landon.
That's fine. I called dibs on Aurora.
Okay.
Boom. Get wrecked, nerds.
Jeremy from Main Street Magic, he threw out a horror movie called Beverly. I mean, simple and sweet.
I think we all can understand it, though.
We all get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I get it.
Beverly's coming for you.
Like Chucky, but like Beverly,
It's just sitting on your
Chucky
counter.
holding a Beverly.
I imagine walking into your kitchen in the middle of the night, the lights are out, and there's this bubbling cup of soda that's just sitting there, and you're like, "Who poured you?" I'm not drinking it. So that's pretty good. Thank you, Jeremy. Very, very good. All right, Steffers, take Aurora.
Okay. Aurora. A drama where Orange Bird is jealous of Figment's popularity, so he makes the Dreamfinder disappear and tries to take over Epcot. Plot twist, Figment is the real villain. He wanted the Dreamfinder to disappear so he could be free. Orange Bird now needs the Dreamfinder's help, so they work together to trap Figment and curse him to turn into a skunk and fart on unsuspecting guests, and occasionally turn into Figmentzilla to silently pose for pictures, while one little spark plays endlessly in his head. Then, Tony Baxter wakes up and realizes it was all a terrible dream. Or was it?
Or was it? Wow. There's a lot going on there.
I mean, it was very thorough. I applauded.
I like
Eric
it.
Idle shows up halfway through to try and stop Figment, but Figment finally kills him.
I like it as it's almost like it's like a prequel, and to understand why is Figment trapped in this ride and why does he turn into a skunk and fart on us now. I enjoy that. It's pretty good. But Figment as a villain, I can't get behind. He's my boy. Mm-hmm. All right.
I'll take Lewis's question, staying with Journey into Imagination. This one's called The Man in the Moon, based on the wildly popular Journey into Imagination with Figment attraction at Walt Disney World's Epcot theme park in beautiful Orlando, Florida. Comes the movie you didn't realize you needed. Even worse, Dr. Nigel Channing doesn't even remember being a part of this insanity. But now, stuck in the moon, he wants answers. Now, what is this? How did he get here? Who is this purple weirdo? His words, we love Figment. And why do people keep showing up daily to see him sing? The answer will shock, alarm, and entertain you when it's discovered that Dr. Wayne's... Well, you get where we're going. You just have to see the film done.
That's pretty good.
That's a good one. It's a good one.
I love the trapping Eric Idle. He's stuck in the face of the moon. Yep. He has no idea what's going on, why he's there. That's wonderful. Like that really is like a story of a spiral into insanity. Oh, good job, Lewis. These are so good. Like I feel like I hope ours can live up to the submissions we got from the Monorail.
Mine won't. Mine will not. I can guarantee it already.
I thought I had a good answer, but based on some of these answers, A, I'm not so sure, and B, I had to go darker with my answer just based on what we got. So,
okay. All right. I can't wait.
When I give my answer, this is y'all's fault.
Okay. Blame the Monorail fam. All right. This one comes from Cocktail Bob. He said, a rom-com from Boardwalk to Batu, set in August, where partners argue about taking the friendship boat, but opt to walk. Arguments and shenanigans ensue. Oh, that's really interesting, because it could be like a quote-unquote single-shot movie that just real-time follows people. Oh, that would be great. Watching in real time as a relationship is destroyed by Disney.
Tracks.
Yeah, it's really
all right.
Yeah, everybody who's been to Disney, it's like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, Keenan. In 1963, Walt Disney opened an animatronic attraction that would charm the hearts of many for decades to come. Each day, the enchanted tiki room comes to life to entertain guests with I'm scared where this is going. But talking birds, singing flowers, tiki drummers, and totems. What Walt and his team of Imagineers didn't realize was that this tropical hideaway holds a deep, dark secret. The tiki gods are real and they are angry. Oh. From the director who brought you Five Nights at Freddy's, a new nightmare in animatronics coming to life awakens this summer in the Tiki Room of Doom.
Oh,
yes. So good. So good.
That's so funny because it's kind of similar to mine, but like not.
That's really good, Keenan.
Well, and honestly, with the rights going public domain now, we've kind of seen Winnie the Pooh become a horror icon, and the Pooh universe, as it's called now, of horror movies. So I mean, like, is this one really that outside the realm of possibility?
It's really not, actually. That
good job, Keenan.
That one could be in the works right now. We don't even know. Okay.
And what's his name? Matthew
Lillard.
What's his name?
Matthew Lillard?
Yeah, that one. Willard. Yeah, that
He's
guy.
Shaggy.
Mm-hmm.
He's the main event.
Oh, yeah.
Of this thriller.
Over on the Discord, Lee has a couple, so I'll read the first one.
Okay.
And it's a timely one in a similar style to Inside Out, but the inner workings of a neurodivergent person attempting to navigate the theme parks after being denied a DAS.
You know what? That feels like that movie.
Close to home.
Do you remember the movie that was like pirate made in not a pirate, but it was filmed like guerrilla style in the Walt Disney World Resort. It was called Escape from Tomorrowland, I think.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's wild. It's insane. And they were able to film this movie totally independently against Disney's wishes. But it was filmed in the parks. But I could see like that. I almost imagine Lee's movie, this first one, being in that style of like, you know, maybe part of it's black and white. It's handheld cam following somebody through the parks. It could be really intense. Yeah, but that is very topical. and maybe too soon? I don't know. Okay, and then here's his other one. Lee said, or a less controversial one. The year is 2096, and 3 intrepid travelers make their way across the apocalyptic wastelands to deliver a message to Mr. Tom Morrow.
And then I follow up, wasn't that the plot to Tomorrowland? Yeah. Also, I never saw Tomorrowland.
Paul posted one in the group too. Follow 3 resellers as they navigate the parks on big days with strollers full of merchandise in hopes of hitting it big. Will someone really pay a 200% markup on an extra small home on the range spirit jersey? Will they get banned for misusing their pass holder discount? Will a brawl break out when the 3 of them all reach for the same Apple Dumpling Gang toothpick holder? Find out coming summer 2026. Resellers, the movie. Update, in true Disney form, there's a post-credit scene where you see the same items at the outlet shops for $5.
That's great.
Oh, that's very good. Yeah. Taking those resellers. They're the real villains in the Disney parks.
They are, yeah, not Figment.
No. Take them down a notch. That's really good.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So I think we should pick one of these that the Monorail fam submitted and greenlight it right now and get it in production. So I'm voting for the Tiki Room animatronic revenge. Tiki Room of Doom. I want to greenlight.
That one's really good.
I want to greenlight that one today. Like, let's get that done.
I got to go resellers because I truly do hate those people. and seeing resellers get taken down a peg, that'd be really good.
Yeah. Stephers, do you want to greenlight one?
Can't greenlight them all. Probably the Tiki Room of Doom is probably.
It's really good. They're all good. They're
all really good.
Like,
yeah,
hear me out. I just don't want to see Figment as like a villain. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Like I just.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I like that a lot of these went the horror movie route too. I appreciate that.
Mine went the horror movie route too.
I had to after seeing some of these answers just to keep up.
Okay,
all right. Y'all got problems. No.
Well, now we've got to try to compete with the Monorail fam. So I don't know if one of you guys, like Landon, I feel like you might want to go first because you had such a good idea last time. You've been holding it in for a week, so I really want to hear your submission for this terrible Disney Parks movie.
Okay, yeah, if you remember last week, I immediately said it's like I have a really good bad idea. And so after seeing some of the submissions we got this week and how dark some of them went, I felt I had to answer volley. So I am taking my original idea and making it a touch darker. So here we go. Nemo and the gang are back at it again. This time, they find themselves in Central Florida, but they're separated from Bubbles, the yellow tang fish voiced by Stephen Root. The movie wraps up when they see Bubbles as he's served on a plate as the special at a local seafood restaurant coming in 2026, Finding Nemo, Epcot's Coral Reef restaurant.
That's pretty dark. I always feel like, I mean, it's great. And I always do feel there's got to be some sort of like cognitive dissonance when you're sitting at Coral Reef, eating fish, looking at fish.
Right?
That's weird. But, you do you. But no, that's great. That's very good, Landon. And I love the drama you put behind it. I felt like I was really watching a trailer. I don't know that I'm going to bring that same level of gravitas, but I'm going to try. Steffers, do you want?
Well, and I figure trailers show the entire movie anyway.
That's true.
I mean, you know how it ends, so you don't have to go see it now.
That's right. Steffers, you want to go next, or do you want me to go?
Well, I have two.
Okay.
Because I'm across the Universal with Stephers as well.
Okay,
so
why don't you
last?
do your Disney one, and then I'll do mine, and then you can do the Universal one.
Okay, so my Disney one is kind of similar to well, no, it's not kind of similar. It's just a horror film set at your favorite park, Animal Kingdom, where watch for the shadows because there's so much shade at Animal Kingdom because the Disco Yeti is there to murder you. He doesn't move in the ride, but he'll move in the shade.
Move in the shadows. That's pretty
it's like
good.
One of those weeping angels from Doctor Who. If you're looking at it, it doesn't move.
Right.
If you don't. Yeah.
Exactly.
How do we know he doesn't move when nobody's looking at him? That's true.
That's true.
Yeah, that's actually, now, Steffers, you've terrified me, and I'll never set foot in the Animal Kingdom again.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, it's not true.
The Dillo's long plan pays off.
Yeah.
Steffers has been a Dillo's Diz plant this entire time.
Sleeper agent.
Sleeper.
All right, so here's my Disney pitch. And it's funny I use pitch because you used to be able to pitch in for this particular Disney Parks reference. If you all remember, there used to be a talking trash can that would roll around Tomorrowland called Push. And Push looked like a normal Disney Parks trash can. And people love Disney Parks trash can as a whole culture. People love the theme park trash cans. But this guy, he would have a handler that would be nearby. You could actually like put trash in Push and he would talk to you. And there was usually like the handler had like a little microphone, a headset he would wear. He'd chat with you as you're walking around. But let's pretend Push was actually like sentient and its own thing. Well, what's happened to Push now that he's no longer in the parks? What's happened to his life? Has he fallen on hard times? In this particular film that I'm pitching to you today, we find out what Push's post-theme park life is like. He is now stationed at Fun Spot America, where people are puking into him on a daily basis because they're drinking all they can drink beer and riding these basically carnival-like rides that make them very dizzy. And he's depressed. And he's in therapy, but you know it's tough for him. And what we're hoping to see in this movie is a renaissance where Push comes back and gets to have a happy ending. But it doesn't always happen. Maybe that doesn't happen for Push the trash can, and he ends up just getting crushed at the end of the movie in a trash compactor, which would be very ironic because he used to contain trash and now he is trash.
How did you say that whole thing with a straight face? I'm sitting here like, you are absolutely ridiculous. How was your face? I hate it here.
The tragic fall of Push the trash can.
Coming to a theater near you. No. Streaming only on digital.
Yeah.
Doesn't even get to the theaters.
Poor Trash. You hear him crying in the corner of Fun Spot America every night. It could be real depressing.
Okay.
All right.
It's all right.
All right, Steffers.
Okay.
We're ready for your Universal.
I'm ending on a heartwarming note.
Oh, good.
It is the journey of Brendan Fraser's coffee cup. Follow this coffee cup on its journey to get to Brendan Fraser so that he can enjoy his interview. And it's just a wholesome, it's just the whole from the procurement of the bean to the cup manufacturing. It's just a wholesome tale.
Oh my God. I like that. I could actually see this as like an animated. I don't know why I said it that way. Animated style movie. Like the coffee.
It's like Bao.
Yeah.
It's like Bao, but like the coffee.
Yeah.
You know?
We get to see the coffee go on lots of adventures, Mr. Magoo style. They didn't intend on going on these adventures.
Yeah, exactly. And then at the end, it's all animated. And then when you give it to Brendan, it turns to real life. And it's like a whole Who Framed Roger Rabbit crossover wombo combo of animation and IRL. Anyway, that is my... Listen,
That's very
it was
good.
a great idea.
That's very good.
Anyone says.
No, that's good. Yeah. I enjoy it. This was a fun topic. I'm glad people had fun with it. It's funny though that we all like, except for Stepher's heartwarming tale at the end, we tend to go like dark and scary for all these stories.
It's spooky season.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's already.
Listen, no one is going to watch a heartwarming story about trash cans. They will like watch it if there's some doom and gloom involved. Yeah. Let's be real. Horror movies, we have a little bit more of leeway through to like the how terrible a movie can be.
That's true.
They should have put Club 33 as a horror movie. Can you escape?
I mean, it may end up being that at the end of the day.
To be fair, before we started recording, I did pitch y'all my biopic of Murph, the bartender from Universal.
Quality.
So,
Quality. If you know, you know. Oh my God, featuring Jan from Finnegan's. Anyway. That's
a movie
that's
for
lore.
upwards of 7 people with a budget of $170 million.
I think we call the movie Murph Attack.
And Chris Pratt will star in that too.
He gets to star in everything.
We did it.
Well, good job, everybody. I'm talking to Monorail Fam and my co-host. I think we nailed this one. Next week, we'll tease it right now. We got another M3-4D on deck. Now, I did not look to see what it is we need to talk about, so I'll do that later. But yeah, we're continuing the M3-4D tradition. It'll be the M3-4D for the month of June. So look forward to that. I know people enjoy that segment. And then, of course, we'll just keep it going. Fast Pass Standby Snack Break will come back. Stepher's Sensational Snack Station will come back. I can't believe I said that without making a mistake. And we'll just keep all this going on. As long as you guys are digging it, we'll keep serving it up. So, Steffers, what were you about to say? You look like you had something on your mind.
I was going to say that I might have exciting news next week, but that's just a tease. That's what we call a tease in the business. The boys know.
Yep.
But the Monorail fam will know probably right after it happens. But it'll happen literally after this episode already airs. So it's not helpful for y'all.
Well.
But if you're in the Morning Monorail fam Facebook group, you will probably hear before next week's episode. Just saying.
Yep. I mean, that's just one of the many, many reasons to join the Monday Morning Monorail fam Facebook group. There's so many good reasons. Also, don't forget, we do have a Discord. If you want to be part of that, you just have to reach out. Let me know. I can send you information on how to join. We are on Twitter and Instagram at Morning Monorail. And subscribe to the Monday Morning Monorail podcast YouTube. But that's just Monorail stuff. We've got stuff just individually on our own that we want to talk about. And I'm going to let Steffers talk about her other podcast. The one that, we're not in competition with. We don't feel like
we don't even talk about the same things.
Exactly. We don't feel like we're being slighted because she has a new favorite show to do at all. Like, it's fine. Everything's totally fine. I'm just kidding.
Y'all can't see because this is an audio podcast. I rolled my eyes at Justin. Just want to let you know. But Sippin' and Bitchin', new episode coming on Wednesday. So 2 days from, well, if you're listening to this on Monday, 2 days from now. I also just want to give a special shout out to Katrina, a member of the Monorail fam, because she messaged us and is really excited for our podcast. So if you like books and theme parks, we can bond over both. Like, I'm not one or the other. It is a both for Steffers. So just want to say hi, Katrina. Thanks for being awesome.
Hi,
and
Katrina.
Aurora is awesome too. But like, Katrina messaged.
Yeah, I love the Monorail fam supporting all of our ancillary
You said words, and I'm just gonna nod and smile. But Sippin' and Bitchin' on Instagram, Sippin' and Bitchin' on TikTok, and then Adventures with Steffers on Instagram and TikTok as well. If you just want to be friends with me, that's okay too.
I mean, I think it's fine being friends with Steffers. So
I think it's more than fine being friends with Steffers, Dave.
Oh, thanks. Oh, sorry, this is a side note before Landon's awesome song. But Landon, so we have a group chat, fun fact. And for the longest time, my group chats, like, you have the 2 circles for the contact. And I was like, I thought I had a picture of me and Landon as Landon's contact photo. Never had one. It's been sitting at an L this entire time. And I was like, this is this is not why. Why do I like Justin more? And I was like, I don't like Justin Moore. I got a new phone. That's what it is. And it erased the photo. So now the group chat has all of us together at my wedding as the photo.
Hooray!
And I just wanted to, let you know that you have a special place in my heart. And my phone.
And there for a second, my that special place in my heart stopped because you said you liked Jay better, but then you said you don't.
No, I don't. It's equal love. Bad Boys for life.
Whoop,
That's
whoop.
right. Oh, by the way, we got a new Bad Boys movie coming this Friday.
Oh, yeah. That's hilarious. I can't believe that's still happening.
Yeah. I'm low key excited for that movie. Citizen Kane, it will not be, but Landon will be there in theaters.
I mean, Bad Boys are fun. I'm on board.
Yep, we ride together, we die together. Bad
All right.
Boys.
Now it's time for Landon to sing his song.
Oh, you mean Landoz? Please go follow me, Landon Doan. I'm the best, Landon Doan, not the rest. That you can follow me 280 characters at a time on Twitter. I also appear on the Phil Show, News Talk 98.7 WOKI radio station locally here in Knoxville, Tennessee, streaming 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at newstalk987.com. Also available in the iHeartRadio app and the News Talk 987 app as well. We've talked a lot about April 1st of next year, April 1st, 2025, being a deadline to get the Monday Morning Monorail YouTube channel up to 1,000 subscribers. Part of the reason we want to get to 1,000 subscribers is so we can go live on the YouTube channel, particularly on April 1st, because April 1st of 2025 is when I turn 40 years old. And to celebrate the event, I'm going to be going down to Epcot and ride Living with the Land as many times as I can on my 40th birthday. And in doing so, I am asking for pledges. And those pledges will raise money for Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee to help feed hungry kids in East Tennessee. So please keep listening to the podcast. Well, first of all, just keep listening to the podcast because we love you listening. We love doing this and we love doing it for you. But keep listening to this podcast for more information about Living with the Landon as it comes. We got merchandise we're in the process of putting together. We'll have ways you can donate your money, maybe some stretch goals as well. But yeah, looking forward to doing that next year. Celebrating my birthday down in Epcot, also helping a very worthy cause in Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee. Oh, and go watch Godzilla -1, now available on Netflix. Not a paid endorsement, but
we get no money for this. But yeah, it's a good movie and you will enjoy your time for sure. I just want to say I loved Godzilla -1. I really thought Godzilla X Kong was boring.
Really?
Yeah. I almost fell asleep in the theater. I can't.
It was more of a Kong movie than it is a Godzilla movie.
Yeah.
And especially after watching -1 going Godzilla X Kong, there is a noticeable drop off.
I think I tried to figure it out because I think I love big monsters fighting. Who doesn't love it? And you get that, a lot of that in that movie. So what was it? And I think it was because Godzilla minus Kong is so character driven. -1. That's what I meant. Minus Kong, but it is minus Kong. He's not there. Godzilla
it is, yeah.
-1 is so character driven, and you're involved in the story of the people that are, and then Godzilla is like the backdrop of what's happening, which is really cool. And I think I just connected to that better. But anyway, my daughter loved them both. She would recommend them both highly. So they get the stamp of approval, both of them, from Chicken Nugget. All right. That has nothing to do with the Monday Morning Monorail podcast. This is what you've been listening to today, episode number 204. We'll be back next week with 205. Follow us on all the socials. Join the Monday Morning Monorail fam on Facebook. But if you don't do those things, come back here next week for another episode, and we will look forward to talking to you then. Until then, thank a cast member. Thank a team member. Be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.